Hey, this is Russ. Hey, I'm back out on the road again. So what am I riding today? Well, it's green. Take a guess. Yeah, we're on the Magicycle Deer. This is the 26-inch step-over Deer. I haven't ridden this bike since the flat I got on it. Remember that thing? Yeah. Roofing nail right through the back tire. How do you like that? Had to change the whole inner tube. I ended up having to buy some heavy-duty metal tire levers from Park Tools, and that did the trick. Now, that rear tire is on there so tight. Yeah, kind of bent the rim slightly, taking that tire off of the rim. The bead on that tire is so tight on there. So I have a slight bend almost on the well, not almost, I actually do a slight bend on the tire rim because of it. But that was the only way to get it off. It was not coming out any other way. All right, we're gonna turn over here. Hello. So yeah, I had to change the tire out. I haven't ridden the bike since because we had other bikes that came in, right? We had the Magicycle Step Through 20 came in, and then what else happened? A whole bunch of other stuff happened too. Yeah, and then we had weather that was like 100 degrees out here. So this is the first time I've actually had a chance to actually go out since the weather. Morning. So the last couple days we've had 100-degree weather. Felt like 110, they said. Yeah, I don't go out in that. No, I don't think it's safe. I could barely breathe, really. It's so hot. And it's not just the heat. I mean, I know some people said, oh, you know, you're so picky, I go out at 100 degrees. Well, when you have humidity going on too, it makes it feel worse. We had humidity along with the heat. It's just too much. So, yeah, I stayed out. Did a couple of inside videos. But I've been wanting to take the Deer out to test it out since I changed the tire. Haven't had a chance to do it. So here we are, testing it out. I'm not going too far again today. I'm just going to ride the forest preserve area if it's open. And so now you might notice too, I have a front basket on this bike now. Yeah, I stole it off of one of the Jaguar Rundies. Took it off of that bike, put it on here, and I have my bag of tools there. So you might be asking, well, what about the Jaguar Rundi? What if you take that out and then you don't have a bag of tools? Well, I requested a couple of baskets for the Jaguar Rundis for Magicycle, and they have shipped that out to me already. So thank you again to Magicycle for always being accommodating to me when I need something. They're just trying to keep me safe. I mean, yeah, I know they charge everybody else and they give it to me for free, but that's one of the benefits of being a Magicycle influencer. They want to make sure that we're safe and riding the bikes, and that's exactly what I do. So I explained to them that I had to steal it off of one of the bikes because I don't want to be caught without my tools again when I'm riding their bikes. So once those baskets come in, I'll put it on the new one, and I'll put it on the one that I stole it off of. So we'll have baskets on all of the Magicycle bikes. I have been asking for things like this from other manufacturers as well. And most of them have been pretty accommodating as well. So I don't want to just say that, you know, only one brand is giving me things. Other brands are giving it to me too. So, but maybe they're following their lead. So yeah, thank you to all of the Magicycle and other brands for helping me out on my rides. So I really appreciate it. So what's happening today? Well, today is Friday. As I'm riding, you're going to see this video on Saturday. I wanted to get out because I haven't ridden the bike in a couple of days because of the hot weather. And it is cooler this morning. Well, what time is it now? 8:24 it says. I'm looking at the clock that's on the Magicycle display. And it's about 71 degrees right now. Yeah, so I said, well, I better get out there before it gets warmer. It's supposed to, I think it's supposed to get up to like 84 or something like that today. So definitely less than it has been in the last couple of days, but even so, I don't even want to be out in 84. The thing is, like I said, it's not just the 84, it's also the humidity too. The humidity makes it a lot tougher. I was looking at a mushroom that was growing off on the side there. Man, that's a big mushroom. So not necessarily those are mushrooms you eat. I have no idea what it is, but I wouldn't do it. All right, we got to get through here. Thank you. All right, so let's get through here. Now, I want to talk about one of the recent reviews that we did, which was the new Jaguar Rundy from Magicycle. Yeah, that bike is kind of an interesting dilemma, I would say. I really wish they would have changed the name of that bike, simply because it would cause less confusion, because it's not the same as the original 52 volt version. It's a 48 volt version now. They went from a 600 watt motor to a 750 watt motor, but the torque isn't there. So the weird part about this bike is that if you ride it just like any other regular bike you would ride, I don't think you notice any difference between that and the 52 volt version. Yeah, I mean it has the same quickness as the 52 volt version. It gets up and go really quickly. It rides to its 25 mile per hour maximum speed if you unlock it. Otherwise it's 20, like most bikes are. It's got the cruise control. It's got all that stuff. But the torque isn't there. So if you're trying to go over a big hill, it's gonna suffer a little bit. I hear a slight squeaking in the back. I wonder if there's something there I didn't tighten up. Let me take a look if it's something easy I can fix or not. Hold on. Let me get off the bike for a second. I don't know what it is. It could be this. You know, the thing is I had put a water bottle on the back here. Can you guys see that? And I'm gonna move that to the front basket. I don't know. It could be some things that I may have loosened up when I changed the tire or something. I'm gonna have to check to see what's causing me a slight squeak. All right, let's get back going here. It's not the kind of squeak that's gonna affect. Let me bounce a little bit here. I mean, it's a full suspension bike, so I'm bouncing around a little bit. Something's rubbing against something. It's a rubbing squeak is what's going on. It's like a metal part rubbing against another metal part or something like that. Let's hit the crossing thing. Oh, they're stopping for me. That's good. Thank you very much. Always wave. Thank you. So it's not something that I can really have a concern with, but you know, it's irritating to hear it squeaking. I'll figure it out. I'm sure it's from when I took the bike apart. That's probably something that has to be adjusted. You guys hear it? It's kind of squeaking. It kind of sounds like a little bird going. Don't know what that is. Well, we'll figure it out. No big deal. The bike is still running. That's the main thing. Let's get past here. So back to this Jaguar Rundy issue. It's yeah, I'm listening for squeaks. Anyway, the torque isn't there to go over the big hills. Now, if you have, you know, regular paths like this, and you don't have a major incline like this hill test does, you're not going to have a problem with that bike. But you have to just realize that if you do have a major hill, like, okay, we're coming up to a slight incline here, it's not going to have a problem with something like this. It's going to have a problem with that hill test. That's about it. But still, I think it's worth noting that if you have lots of hills, yeah, that version of Jaguar Rundy may not necessarily be the best for you. So I expressed my dissatisfaction to Magicycle. I told them that, you know, I think this is the first time I was a little dissatisfied with the performance of one of the bikes, and they said that they would relay that information to their product guys. So I don't know if they'll do anything about it or anything, but at least they'll know that, you know, Russ wasn't 100% happy with the change. So no, I have to be honest with my viewers. I have to be honest with them too. You know, nobody wants to hear something that's, okay, it's not as good as I thought it was going to be, that type of thing. But if they don't get the feedback from us, you know, how are they to improve, right? And again, I have no idea why they made the change in the first place. But all right, let me say this. We're coming up to the hill test. We'll do a hill test with this bike too. I've got it weighed down with a lot of stuff now. I mean, the basket is on there with the front tools up there. Those tools are heavy. I mean, I know one of the guys who bought one of my bikes, he lifted up my tool bag and he says, wow, this thing's heavy. Yeah, it's heavy. There's a lot of stuff in there. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Relatively stopped. Okay, there you go. It's about as stopped as you're going to get. All right, throttle only. All right, this is the Deer 26-inch step over bike. All right, we're doing 21 miles an hour already. I already know we're going to do more because right off the bat, we already have like 21 miles an hour going over. Let's go over the top here. And even with my weight and that thing there, 14.3, 14.2, 14.2, okay? 14.2 going over the top of that hill. I think the Jaguar Rundy 48 volt version only went over it at, what was it, 6.2? 6.3, 6.2, something like that? 6.5? What was it? 6.5, I think it was, right? 6.5 versus 14.2. That's a big difference. But then again, this is a lot more powerful bike. This thing has 96 newton meters of torque versus 65 newton meters of torque. I mean, so it's really that torque number that you're looking for when you're talking hill climbing. Others have weighed in, you know, about, oh, it's 48 volts. It's the amps are not enough. Well, the thing is that the controller was set for 12 amp. I did move that all the way up to like 20, and did it a second time. Same result came out. You just didn't see it on the video because I had edited things out of there. But it was the same thing. It was down to 6.5 in that range. So it is what it is, but at least I let you know what it is the thing. I have to be honest with you guys. I have to be honest with them too. I don't want someone buying something and finding out that it's not what, you know, we thought it was, or what they thought it was, right? So, but again, this Deer 26-inch step over version is a big and powerful bike. It also costs a lot more money. I mean, you're talking something that what is the current? Thank you. The current price on this Deer, what is it, like $24.99 versus $12.99 on the Jaguar Rundy? Come on, you're talking almost twice the price. All right, so it better do better. I mean, what's the point of the bike if it doesn't do better and you're paying this much money for it? So what about this 20-inch versus 26-inch thing? Because people keep asking me about that. Well, if you're taller, you're going to probably want the bigger bike. I mean, it's just as simple as that. The 26-inch wheel versions are bigger bikes. The frame sizes are bigger. The wheels are bigger. You sit up a lot higher than everything. So, but the 20-inch versions are more nimble. You can move around easier on it. If you're shorter, you want the 20-inch version. But I always kind of think that maybe a 24-inch version of bikes would be interesting. Yeah, I'm still kind of hoping manufacturers will jump in and offer something like that. You know, between a 26 and a 24, I can fit a 26, but I think I would fit a 24 a lot easier. I'm 5'10" with about a 30.5 to 31-inch inseam. All right, let's hit the button. We'll hit the button. Reposition ourselves. All right, let's take it. Cross over and hit the button on this side. You know, it's always kind of hard to get to these buttons. All right, reposition again. Now the thing is, hopping off of this bike, that top tube will hit you in places you don't want to be hit. I kind of lean off to the side. I don't do a direct 100% straddle on these bikes, otherwise I'd be hit where I don't want to be hit. All right, we're gonna go around this person here because they're too far forward. Okay, we're through. So step over, step through. Step through is easier, but the thing is that when you stop and you are straddling the bike, make sure you hold on to that bike because there's nothing between your leg to keep it vertical. You let go, that bike's going down, right? It's gonna slide one way to the left or the right. Okay, got a duck here. So that is something you got to get used to if you get a step through design. I kind of like to step over, you know, when I straddle the bike. I don't have to hold on to the handlebar when I'm stopped because, you know, the bar is there. It kind of goes between your legs and your legs hold it up, but not so on the step through. And there's a lot of stuff on this path. I can hear it like crackling all over the place on my tires. Those are the things that you go, it's gonna pop your tire, right? As long as there's no roofing nail, I should be okay, I hope. So I'm kind of dodging these things here. Yeah, listen to that. Just pop, pop, pop. This is where people say you should have something like the Tannis armor. You know, so if in case something punctures a little bit, it doesn't go all the way through to your inner tube. All right. So what's happening today? Let me tell you what's happening today. I have a person coming from the state of Missouri. Yes, the far part of the state of Missouri. Farther west of the state of Missouri. To come pick up one of my bikes. Yeah, one of the bikes that are being sold. He's picking up the Troxus Lynx. Now you might notice I haven't had that bike that long. But I think it's already time to move that one on. I did the review. I wanted to see what the bike was all about, and we did that. I rode it a couple of times, and I put it up for sale for those who might need it. I'm literally running out of space at this point, so I had to make some decisions. Which bikes are we keeping? Oh, let me hold on here. Yep, it fell off. Yeah, what fell off? My water bottle. I heard it go flying. Where did it go? Let me see. Yeah, here it is. It's off in the ditch. It's off in the ditch. Hold on. There it is. Well, I'm not putting my face on that thing anymore. Well, okay, it didn't get that dirty. The edges of it got dirty. Here's where I put it. It's not good over there. It's bouncing around too much in the back. Well, at the time I didn't have the basket. I didn't have the front basket, and that's where I usually mount it. But when you put it on the back, you're bouncing on things. It's gonna bounce it right off. And this is a full suspension bike, so you're really bouncing around, right? So, yeah, I heard it go flying off of there. Yeah, I've got to tighten some stuff up because I still hear that squeaking. it's metal rubbing against metal somewhere. It's like maybe it's the rear rack or something. It's not tightened up as well as it should be. Something like that. Or maybe it's the fender that's not tightened up. One of the two. I'll fix it when I get back home. I'm too lazy to do it now. What were we talking about? There's that short memory again. What were we talking about? It'll come to me. It's always like that. As I'm getting older, I'm finding the short-term memory stuff is just not there. I'll just forget exactly what we've been saying and talking about, and it doesn't come back. It takes a while before it comes back. Give me a minute. I think this is my biggest frustration as I've gotten older, is the memory. Yeah, it's just not there. It's just not there. Something needs to trigger it for me to remember what I was talking about or whatever I was doing just a moment ago. Something grabs my attention, I lose track of what I've been talking about, and then it just goes away. All right, let's cross this tough road. This is the one area I really hate because it's not an easy thing to cross. You can easily get killed out here. They really need to put a special stoplight thing there. All right. So anyway, if it comes back to me, it comes back to me. If not, we'll move on to another topic here. Yeah, I wanted to get out. Oh, okay. The person's picking up the bike. See, I tell you, how long did it take before it finally kicked in? Yeah, the person's coming to pick up the bike, and the reason I'm letting that Troxus go is I've totally run out of space in the house. And something has to go, and I said, well, there's certain bikes I want to definitely keep. As you know, a lot of the Magicycles I've kept my Himiway Zebra. I've got a number of bikes that I'm still hanging on to, but I decided to move on some of the other bikes, and I did the promotions for them as I promised I would. I did a couple additional rides for them. So I says, okay, that's good enough. I mean, it's a bike that's good, but again, I have other bikes that are similar. So I says, yeah, I'll let it go. So he's coming to pick that up. He's got a long drive. I think he's left way early in the morning. He's expected to be here between 1 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What time is it now? 8:42. So I says, I got some time in the morning. Let's take the bike out and do a ride while I can. Alright, we're going to take a left over here as well. Let's make sure that she's safe and I'm safe. There we go. So, yeah, I said, let me get out and ride a little bit while I can. And it is kind of overcast right now. The humidity is still there. It's not as dry as I think it could be. And it was only like 71 degrees when I left. So it's got a nice cool breeze. And I didn't put on my long sleeve UV rated shirt. I just wanted to be a little cooler today, so I just have my regular black shirts on, as I usually have, short sleeve shirts. So yeah, so the gentleman's coming in to pick up the Troxus because we can move it on. Don't really need all these bikes, and it's better that somebody else enjoys it. So we got a really good price and a real good deal on it, and I think he'll be really happy with it. All right, so they're doing stuff out here because look, we got one of the trucks are out here. Yeah, there's people out on the right-hand side. They're walking the area. I don't know what they're looking for. Picking mushrooms. I don't know what they're picking. They're looking for stuff. I'll tell you, out in this area, we have deer. I've seen snapping turtles out here, just walking across the path. I've seen snake out here, slithering around. I think twice I almost ran over a snake. These snakes are actually maybe about let me guess, 1.5 to 2 feet long, maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe about 1.5 to 2 feet long. They're black. They're maybe an inch thick, something like that. 3/4 inch to an inch thick. Yeah, they're not huge, but yeah, I don't like snakes. I've seen them at Bussy Woods too. Same ones. I don't know what kind of snake they are out here in Illinois. Yeah, you got to be careful of what you're riding. You can see animals all over the place. All right, so we're still on the path. Yeah, I think the whole thing with riding on the path, you can't go way too fast on these things. I think it has a 15-mile-an-hour limit. I know that people don't maintain that. Like the guy that just passed me, I guarantee you he's doing at least 20 miles an hour. Yeah, he's moving pretty quick, I can tell. We're doing like 21, according to my speedometer. So, yeah, you got to be careful because there's people walking and all sorts of things out here. So you don't want to be blasting through people. Yeah, this is a nice, cool ride. It's overcast. Overcast is always the best. That's when I like coming out. I don't like being in the hot sun. Early in the morning, get out there riding. Of course, as you know, a lot of times I'm throttling more so than anything else. I don't like to pedal when I'm on camera because I'll just be huffing and puffing. Yeah, we'll go around one more time. I mean, it's not a distance. We're not going anywhere special, but we haven't done this path in a while. So yeah, let's take it around one more time. I think going around here is like 3 miles. And 3 miles is nothing on an e-bike, especially if you're doing like 20-something miles an hour. I mean, early in the morning, if you're going a little bit faster, I think it's probably okay. I mean, if there's nobody about and nobody around you, why not, right? Yeah, the squeak is kind of interesting. There's only little squeaking sounds going on. We'll have to fix that. Yeah, you take apart a bike, sometimes you don't put it back together right. I had to readjust the derailleur on this bike too, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. When I took the rear wheel off, okay, I gotta slow down here. Cannot make it pass here. Morning. Yeah, when I took the wheel off, you had to move the derailleur and things too, and I had to undo the cabling on it. So of course the derailleur needed total readjustment after that. Yeah, I had to set the upper and lower limits and readjust the cable of it and everything. So yeah, that took a little bit of time. Let me encourage you to look at this this YouTube page. Go to Park Tools. Park Tools makes a lot of bicycle tools. You know, if you need anything like tire levers or anything, Park Tools has got it. But they do a whole series of bike maintenance, because a couple of people have asked me recently about how do you do this, how do you do that, and I refer myself to Park Tools. Yeah, I look at their videos and I make sure I'm doing things correctly. But those guys know what they're doing. I mean, that is their business. Their business is selling tools for bikes. So who's better to do it than them? You know, people have asked me, you should make a video about it. Yeah, okay, I could, but I'd just be repeating what they're saying. And like I said, they're the experts in stuff like that. You know, learn from them. Yeah, go find the YouTube channel called Park Tools, Parktools, 2 words. And you'll find a whole bunch of videos about adjusting your derailleurs, fixing your brakes, how to change your brake pads out, how to adjust this or that. Yeah, it's all in there. So yeah, I highly suggest you go check them out. Okay? Yeah, you can get more views and make your own video. Yeah, well, hey, those guys are the experts. Go look at the experts. They know what they're talking about. Alright, so anyways, as I was riding here last time, meaning just a few minutes ago, yeah, I ran into my neighbor who's walking the path with a friend of hers. And she goes, "Did I ruin your video?" I go, "Of course." She heard me talking. She heard me coming. We're probably going to pass her again. Doesn't matter. That's why they call things editing. Edit stuff out. Yeah, sometimes you run into people that you know, and you stop, you talk a little bit. Yeah, we don't keep that kind of stuff on the video, so we just edit it out, right? No big deal. All right. Here's the guys again, off on our right side. And they're having some type of training or something going on out here. Yeah, it didn't take me that long to get around there, right? Yeah, I don't know what they're up to. They're up to something. Now this year I think I've only seen 1 deer. But then again, I have not ridden this area early in the morning that often this year. I've been out doing other things, going different places, not riding here that often. So that's why I'm missing everything. The deer tend to come out earlier in the morning. Come out and feed and do all sorts of stuff. Again, I have a headwind going on, so whenever that happens, I can't hear myself talk. The wind blows up against your ears, you can't hear a thing, but you know, that doesn't seem to affect the microphone. The microphone still picks up everything. People have noted that the audio on my videos are pretty good. Yeah, they are. You know, if you put a decent microphone on, you can get some pretty good audio. It's worth investing in some decent equipment sometimes. And look at this, what is that, squirrel. Did you see him standing up like there? He's standing on his, sitting on his rear 2 legs. That's kind of neat. Neat. Do you guys say neat? I think if you're of a certain age, you might say, yeah, that's really neat. They don't say that anymore, do they? It's cool. It's rad. What are some of the expressions people use? It's cool, it's rad, it's gnarly. It's boss. I remember a guy who used to say boss. Don't hear that often. I don't know how popular that was or not, but yeah, different types of expressions people have as they go through the years. I don't know what the current sayings are now. I'm not hip. I'm not into it. I have no idea. All right, anyway. I think I've rode enough. I've ridden enough. Using improper language, improper usage of wording. Sometimes I notice that. You know, I know on one of the videos recently I used the wrong choice of words. I think I said, if you saw that, or if you seen that, saw that, seen that, you know. It's a lot of times little English things bother me after I realize that I've said something wrong. Can't go back and fix it. Too late. Edit one word in. You know, I've seen videos where people have done that, where they just edit one sentence or edit one word in to fix up the mistakes that they made. That sounds worse. Just leave it alone. All right, anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll have more videos of riding coming up. I think the weather will be good for the next several days, so we'll be okay. I'll talk to you guys next time.